Do I feel worthy of transformation? No. I don't always feel worthy. My name is Pam Beauchamp. I'm from Chico, California, and my starting weight is 243 pounds. I lived in Magalia, California before the campfire. So unfortunately, I lost my home in the fire, and so we moved to Chico, and we've been in Chico for about a year and a half. I have been married twice. I got married in 1997, and we were married for 12 years. And we have 2 kids, Brandon and Matthew. Brandon is almost 19, Matthew is almost 16. Got divorced, and I was single for 10 years. And I recently got married last June. It goes back to a very long time ago. There was a molestation, someone close to me. I personally was not impacted by that. People around me, close people around me were. And the thought occurred to me, why was I not good enough? Why was I not good enough to have that extra attention? It set the tone that I was not worthy on this level to even have that happen to you. It's crazy to think that. And I always thought, what right do I have to say that I wasn't molested? I wasn't even worth anything. I wasn't even worth the attention. And it manifested throughout my whole life. I continued to gain weight. I just wanted people not to look at me. I just wanted a box around me, which is what weight provided, because no one looks at the fat girl. They don't pay attention. You're just invisible, which suited me just fine. Until recently, I've never had integrity. Again, it's something that I've probably done my whole life, because I've always been the overweight child, overweight teenager, overweight woman. I need to forgive myself for getting to this weight. I broke integrity so many times, I just didn't even know it. And I just need to know that that happened, and it's not happening anymore. And it brought you to where you were, but it doesn't mean it has to dictate your whole story. I can be someone different. I don't have to be that person, that victim. I can be a survivor.
There we go, Tyler. There we go. You ready for this? And now we're gonna get to like photos that probably like scare the crap out of you. We're gonna take before photos. Trust me, you're gonna want them. And let me tell you why. How many of you guys have looked at somebody's before and after photo and been like, if that person can do it, why can't I? Yeah. Okay, and that's what you gotta think. When I took mine and I looked all depressed when I first took it, 400 pounds, it was like, it was sad. But now looking back at that, I was doing an interview just yesterday, and that's the first thing they popped up is like, man, holy cow. You know what I mean? You want that photo.
I felt more comfortable at the photo shoot initially because I've done it once before, so I didn't have that fear that maybe some of the other people had.
What do you see when you look at that photo?
What do I see? Well, I see a white stomach for one. When Bruce asked me what I saw, I think I said I saw my white tummy. And he's like, okay, dig deeper. I mean, I think it was like a reflex to not dig deep and to say what you really felt. I don't know, she doesn't look very happy in that picture. Look a little uncomfortable in that picture. I looked in my eyes when I saw my picture, and my eyes looked so sad. I was like, why do you look so sad? I mean, I know we were supposed to be straight-faced, but I looked sad.
What do you want to say to that person in that photo?
That one, oh, things are gonna get better. Things are gonna get better. You're gonna hit your goals, and you're gonna feel amazing. I want to have life in my eyes. Like, I feel like I have life in my eyes right now, but that person, she was just sad and shut down. I don't want to do that anymore.
What else would you say?
What else would I say?
I know there's more in there.
So I think it was an exercise for me in learning my truth. It's okay to tell the truth and to be emotional and be authentic. Last night when you watched that video, why did you watch? That trailer, the trailer about the fire. I don't know why you did that. Why did you do that? Why? We were making so much progress. So, November 8th, 2018, campfire, Paradise, California. Woke up that morning, I had a house, and 6 hours later, my house was gone. If the fire hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. If the fire hadn't happened, I wouldn't have started coaching. I'd be sitting in my house of 16 years in my comfortable life, and I would, by this time, be 300 pounds. That's what that person would be, because I wouldn't have changed. So in a way, the fire saved me. Today was the day that we did our photo shoot. Nick, you asked me about forgiveness, and I wasn't quite sure how to answer that. I think the person I need to forgive is myself. And part of it is simply that I told myself that I wasn't good enough to be molested. Who says that to themselves? Of course, no one wants to be molested. And I'm grateful that I wasn't. My sister pulled me aside one day and told me that of what Dad had done to her. And the reason she told me was to protect me, to make sure so that she didn't want it to happen to me. What happened to her, she didn't want it to happen to me. And I remember the next morning, my dad went to go hug me, and I froze up. I stiffened. I remember vividly, I was sitting at the kitchen counter on the bar stool, and I remember stiffening like that. And I think he probably felt it. And so I spent a lot of time keeping my distance. So when it all came out, my parents got divorced. They announced they were separating, they were divorced. That's when we went to the counseling. And that's when I remember Rachel saying, this is our friend Rachel, she said, if I were Pam, I wonder why he didn't pick me. And that's where those thoughts came from. And I just remember always having to prove myself, always having to show somehow that I'm good enough, I can drive fast enough, and it was always with my dad. I was always proving to him that I was good enough. But the story I tell myself is one of a victim, that I wasn't good enough. That idea that I'm not good enough resonated my whole life through questionable choices with men. I was not molested. My sisters were. My dad moved from my older sister to my younger sister because I didn't allow it to happen to me. And I feel bad about that. That should be a good thing that it didn't happen. It should be a good thing. And I should remember that I didn't allow it to happen. That's a different story. The initial story is I'm a victim. And what I need to tell myself is I'm a survivor. And I'm strong. And I think that's the forgiveness I need to do, is to forgive myself for taking on a victim mentality that I didn't deserve, because I wasn't a victim. I was a survivor. I was strong.
Tell that person exactly what you're going to tell that person in the mirror every single morning from now on.
So every day you are going to do the workouts. You are going to go in there with confidence. You're going to go in there and feel like you're part of it and that you can do it. And that no one's staring at you and saying, that's the fat girl. That she belongs there. That's what you're going to say.
And it's good enough.
And I'm good enough.
And you're good enough.
I'm
the
good
effort
enough.
you give is good enough every single day.
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah. I work my ass off here.
Yes, you do. And you know what? The entire group knows it.
Yeah.
And you've been a great example,
Yeah.
a great leader, family for life.
Family for life. Thank you. Good morning. It is day 36 here in Arizona. And a couple of things have happened. One, I hit the 50-pound mark. I have lost, since I started my transformation, I am 50.4 pounds. Yeah, I think it's 50.4 pounds down from my highest weight. I mean, how cool is that? And to celebrate here with my new family, it's just awesome. Second, my why has gone into now being a leader. I put down on my daily affirmations, I am a leader. I am blah, blah, blah. After talking with J.D. Roth, I decided to step up my game. If I'm a leader, then I sure as hell better start leading. Because you can say you're a leader, but if there's no action to it, then what the hell does it matter? So in my affirmation that day, I wrote, I'm a leader who leads. And that's incredibly important, because you can say you're a leader all you want, but until there's action behind it, it doesn't mean anything. That day, I decided that no one finishes alone.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do DEXA scan. I brought Keenan here, my man. Well, this is actually the first time we've met, so this is good. I do know DEXA body. But what's great about it is you're gonna find out how much muscle mass you guys have, how much body fat, all kinds of things. You can fill them in a little bit more.
We'll be measuring your lean mass, your fat mass, your bone density, and then with our programming and everything, it'll also go over your visceral fat, your resting metabolic rate, your muscle balance between your right and left side, and a bunch of other cool different little things as well. And then if you want to put your hands on your hips or sit on your hands, either way.
Like right there, is that good?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so this should take anywhere from about 11 to 12 minutes. Try not to move or anything, and then once it passes your hands, I'll let you know. That way you can move or relax your hands. This will be a little bit different just because you have scanned with us before. So in the back of the programming and everything, it'll show exactly where you lost and exactly where you gained your fat or muscle or anything like that.
Keenan showed us the ropes. Being able to visually see this information, fat tissue, total mass, and all this information in groups, and being able to help us progress even further and reach our goals.
Being able to track this and be as healthy as I possibly can is something that's going to definitely motivate me. All of that there just kind of makes me realize that I'm making the right choices, and going for my goals is what I need to be doing, and becoming the better person that this is going to make me.
So as I was saying before, everything's going to show your new, and some will have your old stuff as well. So this is whenever we first saw you.
Yep.
Obviously this is your new one.
Right.
Okay, same thing, total body fat percentage. So dropped almost 10% right there. You went from 260 to 217.
Wow.
Fat tissue, you went from 133 to 97. Your android to gynoid ratio, you went down. In your arms, lost 2.5 pounds. In your legs, lost 13.5 pounds.
13.5 pounds in my legs?
In your trunk, 20.2. And in your android, which is your gut, so bottom of your rib cage to the top of your hip bone.
Okay.
Okay. You lost 4.3 pounds. Your gynoid, which is your butt, your hips, and your thighs, you lost 6.5 pounds. Overall, you lost 36 pounds of fat.
36 pounds of fat, holy moly.
That's awesome. Whatever you're doing is working.
Jeez. In January, I was 260.
Yeah!
I lost 7 pounds of muscle and 36 pounds of fat. I'm already pretty motivated. I already work really hard while I'm here, especially on Larger Than Life. But I was also working out before. And I always say all of our little choices and our little decisions add up, and this just proves it. When you eat right one day, or you eat right a whole week, and you don't see any results, in the end, you do see results. You just may not see it that week. When he told me that I've lost 36 pounds of body fat, I'm like, holy shit. This just confirms exactly what I've been doing, which is eating right, drinking my water, exercising. It's all just working. Like literally, the program works. When I started my transformation in coaching, my coach asked me, what's your goal? I'm like, what does it even matter? I'm not gonna reach it, so why even dream? Because I'd never reached it before. I'd never had any success. And now I can say, I'm gonna reach my goal and reach my goal weight, and then I'm gonna celebrate that, and then I'm gonna look for the next goal. You can see a picture of me, how I've changed. And you can also see it in your body, how you've changed. So it's pretty incredible.
What makes you feel uncomfortable?
Almost always finishing last, and that makes me very uncomfortable. I did a half marathon in Chico, California called the Almond Bowl, and it was probably the worst race I ever had. And I was last. I was dead last. They actually called me on the race to say, are you still out on the course? Because it's, and it was like 3.5 hours. It was a 4-hour race, but they weren't sure if I was still there because they were ready to pack up. And I said, yeah, I'm still in the race, and I'm about, another 20 minutes away. So they waited for me, luckily. But I know about being last, and I know how terrible it feels. Not only being last, but feeling like you're just not good enough. I don't know how many times I've cried in my CrossFit class back at home because I was last. I could see myself falling further and further behind the whole class. And then the trainers come up to me and tell me, do 5 reps instead of 10, so I get caught up. And I hate that, I'm constantly comparing myself to others. I feel like they're looking at me like, what is this fat girl doing here? You know, I'm the oldest one there, and the biggest one there, and I'm the slowest one there.
All right, welcome. Welcome to the workout tonight, okay? We're gonna do a team workout. Pam, come on out here, Pam. Come on out here. Come here. All right, Pam, you see this group here?
Yeah?
They all came here for you tonight, okay? So it means we gotta work out what?
Super hard.
Bingo, right? First of all, she needs to realize the community that she's building behind her. And here at boot camp, we've been creating such a good community, and she needs to know that she fits right in with that crowd. You know what I mean? I think back in the day when she first started her journey, she was wondering if she fit in. And I just wanted her to see, like, yeah, that she does fit in, has endless support. So I'm gonna put you with me and Matt. We got a team workout over here.
I'm gonna be paired with Bruce and Matt, the 2 biggest guys in the gym. I later find out Matt's nickname is the Viking. Immediately, I'm worried about holding my own. I'm worried about doing enough. Worried about being the weakest link.
So we're gonna start with teams of 3. 3K row on the rower, 50 bike, 40 burpees, 50 power cleans, 50 bike, 40 burpees, 50 dumbbell snatch, 50 bike again, 40 burpees again, 50 wall balls, 50 bike again, 40 burpees, 3K row. Are we all ready to roll? Let's do this. All right, Pam, let's go. LTL on 3. 1, 2, 3. LTL!
I was dying. I could hardly breathe. And then just somewhere inside of me, I just somehow found the strength to do it. And that made me feel like really strong. All the team, not just our team, but the whole team at the cell, the 730 crew, Bruce said they came for me, to help me. And that was really powerful. I didn't really get it that night. And I've reflected on it that normally I'm the one helping everyone else. I'm the one who saves the day for everyone else. And on that night, as I was rowing that last 500, I heard the cheers. And instead of being embarrassed or feel like I'm letting people down, it just gave me the energy to finish. So that was quite an improvement over the 60 days that we've been here.
That was really hard.
Yeah, but you did it.
I never thought I could do something like that.
Yeah, you didn't back down. With me and Matt.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think I could hold my own with you guys.
You did though. You did hold your own.
The belief came, I was not the weakest link. I finished up the workout and I did the final 500 on the rower.
That was really hard.
That was.
To see how far Pam has come, like in the last month or two, like she teamed up with me and Matt, and she used to like more compare, like, oh, do I feel like this or do I have this wrong? But she fit right in, and I think she was a little bit nervous at first, but then she carried the load, you know what I mean? Carried it on her back and was doing things that were amazing and just crushing it. And what I love about Pam too is she wanted to every day take a little nugget home with her. And I thought that was so vital when she said that, because every day she gets up, she sets her intentions, and it's like, okay, what can I learn new today? But that's how people get true transformation. That's how people continue to grow.
I want to be healthy enough to spend the next 20, 30, 40 years maybe doing the things I want to do. I want to do things with Dawn. I want to explore. I want to go to Ireland. We want to go to Greece and Europe, and we want to do all these things, and I can't do those things at 269. I want to actually live. I know that sounds ambiguous, but I want to live.